Welcome to the AI Guy podcast, brought to you by Val Kleyman and the team at Your AI Guy. And yes, this show is fully AI produced. AI voices, AI research, AI editing. Because we practice what we preach. This show is built for one kind of person. The small business owner who keeps hearing about AI, keeps seeing it everywhere, but hasn't quite figured out what it actually means for their business. That's exactly what we're fixing, starting right now.
And I'm Alex. I'm basically here to ask the questions you're probably already thinking. Okay, but what does that actually mean for me? Questions. Think of me as the skeptical friend who shows up to every conversation with a raised eyebrow. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, let's get into it. And Alex, I want to open with a statistic that genuinely stopped Val Kleyman in his tracks when he first saw it. According to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, and this came out in the summer of 2025, 58% of small businesses now say they're using generative AI. That number was 23% just 2 years ago in 2023.
Wait, so it more than doubled in 2 years? Wait, hold on. I need a second. That's actually kind of wild.
More than doubled in 2 years. And look, before someone says, well, those are just vendor surveys, this came from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. They surveyed nearly 3,900 small businesses. This isn't someone trying to sell you something. And on top of that, a separate survey by Thrive, which is a software company that works specifically with small businesses, found that 55% of SMBs are now using AI actively, up from 39% the year before.
Okay, I'm going to start an unofficial skepticism score here. Every time a stat sounds too good to be true, I'm going to flag it. That stat, I'll let it slide. 2 independent sources is hard to argue with. Skepticism score, 0.
I appreciate the accountability system. We'll see if it stays at 0.
And what's the projection? Where does this go?
Here's where it gets interesting. The Forbes piece from early 2026, they published predictions specifically for small businesses, made a point that we've already crossed the tipping point. The conversation in 2024 was, should I be thinking about AI? The conversation in 2026 is, how fast can we implement? That's a direct quote. And if you project current adoption curves, you are almost certainly looking at 80% plus of businesses using AI in some meaningful operational capacity by 2027. That's not hype, that's just math.
Okay, and I want to ask this on behalf of every business owner who's heard this kind of thing before and gone, yeah, AI. Why is this time different? We've heard big tech predictions before that didn't pan out. Remember when everyone said QR codes were going to change everything? They did eventually, but it took a pandemic and a decade.
The QR code redemption arc is real. But here's the honest answer from Val's consulting work. Because the cost went to almost 0. Think about it. 5 years ago, if a small business wanted to use any kind of intelligent automation, they were looking at custom software development. We're talking tens of thousands of dollars, enterprise contracts, IT staff. Today, you can get ChatGPT Plus, which is genuinely one of the most capable AI tools ever built, for $20 a month. 20. That's less than a Netflix subscription.
My Netflix is more than that. And I'm not even sure I watch it anymore.
Right? And that's the structural shift. It's not that AI got slightly better, it got massively better and massively cheaper at the same time. That combination has never happened with a technology this significant before. With the internet, you still needed developers. With smartphones, you still needed app budgets. This time, you open a browser, you pay $20, and you have access to a tool that can write your marketing copy, analyze your financials, answer customer questions, and help you make strategic decisions. It's a little bit like the moment in the 90s when businesses started getting their first websites, except instead of just having a storefront people can look at, this one actually does work for you.
Oh, that's a good analogy. Like, imagine trying to explain to a business owner in 1996 that in 20 years, every single one of their competitors would have a website, and social media, and online reviews. They'd probably say, that sounds like a lot. I'm busy.
Exactly. And here we are. So let's get specific. What are small businesses actually doing with AI right now? Like, give me real examples, not, oh, a Fortune 500 company did this.
Yeah, I was going to say, if the next sentence contains the word Walmart, I'm bumping the skepticism score up.
We're not doing the Walmart example. All right, let me give you a few. According to Val's consulting work, there's a local landscaping company in Ohio, 15 employees, that started using ChatGPT to write all their follow-up emails, their seasonal promotion copy, their service descriptions for the website. The owner told Val she was spending 6 to 8 hours a week on this stuff. Now it's maybe 45 minutes. That's recovered time she's putting back into getting more accounts.
6 to 8 hours a week? That's like a part-time job just in writing, just for emails and copy. That hurts to think about.
Exactly. And it's not even the writing that was the hard part, right? It's the starting, the blank page. AI eliminates the blank page. Another example, and this one Val Kleyman has seen firsthand, there's a boutique accounting firm, 4 CPAs, that started using AI to draft client-facing summaries of their quarterly reviews. The CPAs would do the analysis, hand it to the AI with some notes, and it would produce a clean, plain English narrative their clients could actually understand. Their client satisfaction scores went up noticeably. Their senior accountants were spending less time writing and more time doing what they got paid to do.
Okay, wait. CPAs using AI to write plain English? That might actually be the most impressive use case so far. No offense to accountants.
None taken on their behalf. It's genuinely a skill that not everyone has, translating dense financial analysis into something a client without a finance background actually understands. AI turns out to be very good at that translation layer.
What about retail? I'm thinking about the small shop owners who might be listening.
So Shopify, and this is relevant because a huge number of SMB e-commerce businesses are on Shopify, they rolled out Shopify Magic and their Sidekick AI feature. And here's the kicker, it's free. It comes with your Shopify subscription. You can use it to write product descriptions, analyze your store performance, get recommendations on what to discount and when. We're talking about AI that used to cost enterprise budgets, now just bundled in. And HubSpot, which I know a lot of businesses used for their CRM, they launched their Breeze AI suite, and the core features are available even on the free plan. So your contact management, your deal pipeline, you're already getting AI assistance if you're using HubSpot. You may not even realize it.
Hold on. So there are business owners out there literally sitting on free AI tools they've never turned on? That's like finding out your car has heated seats and you've been driving in January for 3 years with cold hands?
That is the exact situation, exactly that. And it's more common than you'd think.
Skepticism score stays at 0, but I'm adding a business owner guilt counter. Okay, I want to push back a little here, or at least ask the pushback question. I talk to business owners all the time who say, I've heard this before, I don't have time to learn new tools, every time I adopt something new it creates more work before it creates less. What do you say to that person?
That is a completely fair concern, and they're right. Bad implementations do create more work. You know what else creates more work? Falling behind. And here's the number Val Kleyman keeps coming back to. The U.S. Chamber report found that 80% of small businesses increased their AI implementation plans after learning what their competitors were doing. That's the real competitive threat. It's not AI is going to replace you. It's your competitors who do use AI are going to be able to serve more customers, respond faster, market more effectively, and do it all at lower cost than you. That is a real business problem.
So it's less about AI itself and more about the competitive gap it creates.
Exactly. And the gap is widening fast. The Salesforce research, they surveyed over 3,000 SMB leaders, found that 91% of businesses using AI said it was boosting their revenue. 87% said it helped them scale operations. And here's the one that gets attention. Growing businesses were 1.8 times more likely to be investing in AI than declining businesses. You can interpret that however you want, but the pattern is very clear.
Okay, 91% said it was boosting revenue. That is a suspicious number. Skepticism score goes to 1. I'll give it a half point because I believe it. 91% is a lot of people agreeing on anything.
Fair. And I'll say, that's Salesforce data, and Salesforce obviously has a stake in you using AI. So factor that in. But directionally, across multiple independent surveys, the same pattern shows up. The businesses using AI are outperforming the ones that aren't.
That part I'm very confident in.
I want to zoom into what using AI actually means in practice, because I think a lot of people hear that stat, 58% adoption, and they picture every employee using some sophisticated system all day. But is that really what's happening?
No, and that's an important clarification. When the surveys say using AI, that includes everything from a business owner who uses ChatGPT once a week to draft the newsletter, all the way up to a company that has automated their entire customer intake process. The bar is not high. And honestly, that's good news. It means the entry point is accessible to everyone. You don't need to go from zero to a fully automated enterprise on day one. You need to pick one workflow and make it better.
So give me the spectrum. What does beginner look like and what does advanced look like for a small business?
Beginner is you have a ChatGPT subscription and you use it to write emails, brainstorm marketing ideas, and summarize meeting notes. That's it. That alone, if you're doing it consistently, is saving you hours a week and probably improving the quality of your output. Intermediate is you've automated at least one workflow. New leads get an automatic follow-up. Your social media content is batched and scheduled. You're using a CRM with AI features to manage your customer relationships. Advanced is AI is embedded in multiple parts of your operations. Your customer service has an AI layer. Your marketing is personalized at scale. Your administrative tasks, scheduling, billing, documentation are substantially automated. Most of the businesses in those survey stats, they're beginner to intermediate, and they're already seeing meaningful results.
What's the single most common mistake you see small business owners make when they start using AI?
Using it in isolation. They get ChatGPT, they love it, they use it for a few things, and then they kind of forget about it. The businesses that get transformational results, and Val Kleyman has seen this pattern consistently in his consulting work, are the ones that build it into their routine. They have a standard operating procedure that says, this kind of email gets drafted with AI first. This kind of report gets summarized with AI. This weekly task gets automated through Zapier. AI becomes part of how they work, not a tab they open sometimes. The difference between a tool you use occasionally and a process you use consistently is the difference between marginal improvement and actual business transformation.
That's a really important distinction. Process, not just tool. It's like hiring an intern who's incredibly talented, but if you only give them work once a month and never onboard them properly, you're not going to see much return.
Oh, that's actually a great analogy. Except this intern never sleeps, never asks for PTO, and won't expense a $47 lunch. But yes, exactly. You have to actually use the resource.
The intern who never expenses anything? Okay, I love that. But seriously, the gym membership analogy you're setting up here is also right on. Everyone's bought a gym membership in January.
It's the same reason people buy gym memberships and don't go. The tool exists. The habit hasn't been built. The businesses that win with AI are the ones treating it like any other operational improvement, with intention, with a plan, with accountability.
Okay, so let's talk about the cost of waiting, because I think a lot of business owners frame this as, well, I'll get to it eventually, there's no rush. Is that actually true?
No. And here's why. There's a concept in business called first mover advantage. It's the idea that being early to something gives you a durable edge. Now, that's not always true. Sometimes being a fast follower is better. But with AI in small business right now, the practitioners who are learning these tools, who are building their prompt libraries, who are figuring out which workflows to automate, they're accumulating knowledge and efficiency that is compounding over time. Every month you're not using AI, your competitors who are using it are getting better at using it.
And it's not just the tools, it's the people learning to use them.
Right. And the tools themselves are improving every month. The version of ChatGPT available today is dramatically more capable than the version from 2 years ago, and the prices have stayed the same or gone down. So the question really is, do you want to be learning this when it's still relatively early and the stakes are low? Or do you want to be scrambling to catch up when your competitors have already integrated it into every part of their operation?
That's okay. You know what? That actually kind of stresses me out a little in a productive way, like the good kind of stress where you realize you need to act.
That's exactly the right reaction. Good here.
Let's talk tools, because I know people always want to know specifically what to use. For someone just starting out, what's the entry point?
So I'll mention a few here, and we're going to do a full deep dive into the practical stack in episode 2, so stay tuned for that. But for today, the starting point is ChatGPT. $20 a month for Plus. That alone can handle your content creation, your customer communication drafts, your research, your analysis. If you're in marketing or creating a lot of content, Jasper is built specifically for brand-consistent content. It starts around $59 a month. HubSpot has their free CRM with Breeze AI built in, great starting point for customer management. And if you're on Shopify, you're already sitting on free AI tools you probably haven't turned on yet.
The heated seat situation. Okay, what about people who feel like, and I've heard this a lot, AI is going to make everything feel fake and robotic, like the personal touch of a small business is its brand?
That's a real concern, and it's actually the most sophisticated objection out there. Val Kleyman's answer to this is the goal isn't to replace your voice. It's to multiply your capacity to use your voice. The landscaping owner Val mentioned, she's still writing the emails. She's just not starting from zero. She gives the AI her talking points, her personality, and it gives her a draft in 30 seconds that she edits in 2 minutes. The email sounds like her. It just took a fraction of the time. That's the right mental model. AI as a force multiplier, not a replacement.
I keep coming back to the intern analogy. You'd never let an intern send an email without reading it first. Same logic applies.
Home services is one of the fastest moving. Plumbers, HVAC companies, electricians, cleaning services, these are businesses that live and die by scheduling, reviews, and repeat customers. AI automation for customer communication and online booking has been a game changer. Professional services is another. Accounting, law, consulting. The documentation burden in those industries is immense. An AI that can draft, summarize, and organize is extraordinarily valuable. And healthcare, which we're actually going to do a deep dive on in episode 3. The dental practice case study alone tells you everything you need to know. Healthcare is where some of the most impressive ROI numbers are coming from.
Plumbers using AI. I feel like that's the headline that would have gotten you laughed out of a room in 2018.
Totally valid. And now it's table stakes for scheduling and customer follow-up. The world moves fast.
And what about concerns around AI accuracy? Because I think there's a real fear of like, what if the AI writes something wrong and I send it to a customer?
Totally valid. And the answer is review everything before it goes out. Full stop. AI should be in your workflow before the send button, not after it. The goal isn't to remove human judgment, it's to eliminate the blank page and the tedious drafting so your human judgment can be applied to reviewing and improving a draft instead of creating from scratch. That's a more efficient use of your brain. And honestly, the AI getting something slightly wrong in a draft you review is way better than you sending a typo-filled rushed email because you were doing it at 9 p.m. while exhausted.
Oh, the 9 p.m. email is so real. We've all sent that email. I like that framing a lot. Force multiplier.
And the businesses that get it wrong are the ones that just copy-paste whatever the AI spits out without any human review or editing. That's when it does feel robotic and generic. The ones getting it right are using it as a very fast, very capable first draft machine, and then applying their own expertise and voice on top.
So as we bring this first episode home, what's the big takeaway? Like if someone's listening and they've never used AI in their business, what's the one thing they should do tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Okay. Sign up for ChatGPT Plus, $20. Take whatever task you did today that felt tedious and repetitive. Maybe it was writing an email, maybe it was drafting a response to a client, maybe it was summarizing notes from a meeting, and ask ChatGPT to help you do it. Not to do it for you, help you do it. See what comes out. Give it some feedback. Try it again. You're not committing to anything. You're just seeing what it can do. And I promise you, by the end of that first session, you're going to understand what all the noise is about.
And there are resources for getting started if you want more structure than just jumping in?
Absolutely. Head over to ai.advalorum.io. That's Val Kleyman's practice, your AI guy, and there are free industry reports there. Val's team has broken down AI adoption and use cases by industry, so whether you're in healthcare, retail, professional services, home services, there's something there for you. And if you want to actually sit down and talk through your specific business, Val offers free consultations. You can book one at tidycal.com/advalorum/AI guy. No pitch, no pressure, just a real conversation about where AI fits in your business.
This has been a fantastic first episode. I feel like I learned a ton, and honestly, had a good time doing it. Stats I didn't know, real examples I can actually relate to, and the skepticism score ended at a solid half point. Pretty good.
Half a point. I'll take it. And this is just the beginning. Next week, we're getting very practical. Episode 2 is all about building an AI stack for your small business for under $50 a month total. Tools, use cases, specific things to try. Alex, you're going to love it.
That's my favorite topic. Affordable and practical. And maybe by then I'll have actually turned on my HubSpot AI features. Can't wait.
See you then. And if you got value from today, please subscribe wherever you listen and share this with one business owner who you think needs to hear it. That's the best way to grow this show. This has been the AI Guy podcast, produced by Val Kleyman, your AI guy, and we'll see you next week.